Hey there. Today, we're diving into a topic that's important but often overlooked, the signs that you might be watching too much porn. Let's get started.
What are the signs that you are watching too much porn or porn addict? Serious answers only, please.
Remember, understanding the signs of excessive porn consumption is the first step toward maintaining a healthy balance. Have you noticed any of these signs in yourself or others? Do you have any tips or personal stories to share? Let's head to the comments section.
When you're the guy in the comments that always responds to "what's her name?" and gives links to their other work, or it takes you more than 9 words to narrow down your search, at that point you just keep the tab open. Let the algo do the work for you. Or it takes you more than 9 words to narrow down your search. Stepmother says she's proud of you, but not like in a weird way, just in a vaguely mothering way that you've always craved, and maybe someday you'll find someone like her. Or when your girlfriend sends naked pics, but it's still not enough variety, and you have to find porn online to be able to actually come. Ask me how I know, and also ask me why he hasn't gotten any more naked pics since then. Curiosity is not gonna kill this cat. When you're the guy that says, "This isn't colmathgames.com," if you're the guy who can answer the inevitable question about the sauce, then you need to take a long, hard look at yourself and rethink your life. Can't stop when you want to, but do the common sense thing. Don't try to quit masturbating, which will be hard for anyone single with a normal sex drive. Instead, just do what people have done for 100k years and masturbate without porn. Are raunchy cave drawings an acceptable substitute? Don't want to stop. In my opinion, the moment you rather watch porn and jerk off instead of fucking your wife/GF, it's the moment you should realize that something's is wrong. I agree. A lot of men seem to play it off like it's normal, but it's like, well, you got used to a diff stimulation and now can't get hard for your partner at all. That's a problem. There's a step before this one, where you can't get comfortable being just bored. Boredom turns into masturbation, or you can't masturbate because company is around or some other reason. You spend your bored time trying to find some privacy to masturbate. There's probably a step before that where you're downloading and categorizing free porn, but I think this is a different step that can happen in conjunction with the emotional attachment to porn I described. Categorizing it and storing it is like you're creating a process that makes it more like a hobby or skill, which is explicitly connected to the consumption of porn. That's not as emotional and rational. It's more like practice detached from the horny feelings, but can be equally unhealthy as trying to justify the consumption because you have more ways to lock yourself into porn consumption. Bro just called me out personally with step 1. It's over for me. I always have stuff to do, or should be doing though, so I've been able to escape the nutting out of boredom part though. Tip related to that: if you get a random semi or full mass tense your thighs, then get out of your chair or bed and go do something else like dishes.
Signs of watching too much porn or being a porn addict include neglecting responsibilities at work, school, or home due to excessive viewing. If you find yourself needing to watch more porn to achieve the same level of satisfaction, it could indicate a growing dependency. Let's see what others would say.
I've had girlfriends who would just lay there, so I had to do all the work. Those times it was better and easier just to jerk off. It's just a chore at that point, and more physically demanding for similar results. I am that wife now, and it's not like I am doing nothing in bed while we are being intimate. I dress sexy clothes for him. I suck his dick really good. But yeah, guess who doesn't fuck for months and hides in bathroom and even on job watching porn rather than having sex with me? It's been an issue for me for so long. Tried telling him that I need sex, I don't like porn and love real intimacy over that he needs to stop watch porn and me, but no, lies after lies that he stopped watching it and he did not and obviously never will. Every time when I find out he's been watching porn and I tell him, "Why are you doing it again instead of having sex with me?" he turns the blame on me and says, "Why you searching for problems? If you would not look into my stuff we would not have problem, but I have problem. You are not gay." So, after all this trying to reason with him and beg for his dick, I am just gonna leave him and find myself someone who won't disrespect me like that anymore. I am a really attractive woman, and he makes me feel like shit because of that. I don't even feel like I am pretty anymore. He ruined my confidence. In my last relationship, the lack of sex frequency resulted in me watching porn again. We were only having sex once a month, all because she had stupid fucking reasons that made no sense. Eventually, I actually started losing attraction towards her because I associated her with getting rejected. Left her shortly after that. Any guy in a dead bedroom situation, just get out now. You will be so much happier even if you're alone. When you can't get it up, women. Everyone talking about this misses the plot. You can certainly get pied from too much porn, but too much masturbation, without porn, can do it too. All you have to do is increase your refractory period too much and bam, can't get it up. ED is a real thing too. So people going on about, well, if you train your brain, listen, that's nonsense. There's a lot of info out there on this stuff. You sexualize women a lot more mentally. Rest of your life suffers. That's pretty much it with every addiction. If you jerk off to Lydia Black, getting anally pile-drived while sucking on her butt plug instead of playing COD or whatever for 10 minutes, not a problem. Fucking up at work because she just released a new post on OnlyFans or somewhere, and you can't help it but look immediately, now that is a huge problem. When your buddy doesn't get excited from seeing anything vanilla anymore, you start watching progressively more niche stuff. That's the most obvious sign, Mo. You're more sexually aroused by porn than by a real, naked, beautiful woman right in front of you.
Relationships may suffer if porn consumption interferes with intimacy or creates unrealistic expectations about sex. If you've tried to cut back on watching porn but repeatedly fail, it might be time to seek help. Let's read more.
Erectile dysfunction, death grip syndrome, watching porn when you don't feel like it, thinking about porn too much, at work, bored boner, etc., inability to see yourself sexually, wanting to take a more passive role in sex, thinking of porn during sex, cuckold fantasies, sexual shame, negative attitude towards women, especially promiscuous women. You may not feel all of these, but they are quite common symptoms. I have a lot of them, and they tend to appear time and time again in testimonies and descriptions of porn addiction. Holy shit. This was my ex. He categorized porn in a folder on his phone, would jerk off at work, excuse himself from public events to jack off in the bathroom, would do it on vacation, would wait for me to leave the house to jerk off, and told me he imagined porn before coming in me almost every time, and that most men were like this and wished me luck in finding one that wasn't. Also, he said that I was the hottest girl he ever dated. He told me his best friend said the same thing, which is weird info to disclose, I guess. Anyway, these were all obvious signs. But what was more innocuous was his inability to see himself sexuality or wanting to take a more passive role in sex. He shared this with me, and I thought it was curious, albeit disappointing because I wanted us to both be active participants. But I never attributed that to addiction. It wasn't until the very end of our relationship that he admitted to maybe having a mild addiction. I think the biggest issue isn't what you're watching but how you act IRL. If you prefer watching porn rather than actual sex, or if your need to jerk off is getting in the way of your everyday life. The definition of an addict is continued use after suffering consequences. So when it interferes with your life, watching it at work and getting in trouble, causing problems in your relationships, unable to sustain an erection with your spouse, etc., and you keep going, you are an addict. I've seen a guy in front of me on a flight, watching porn at his seat. If you can't control your urges, and you're watching it in public on a plane, you're watching too much and are addicted. There used to be a girl I worked with. We shared an office at the end of a hallway. Her friends would send her all kinds of videos, and some of them were porn. Anyway, I'm not going to get into the details, but if you're watching porn at work, you're watching too much porn. You're missing out on real-world stuff because you'd rather be watching porn and jerking off. In moments of boredom, you gravitate to porn. In moments of quietness alone, you gravitate to porn. You go on to Reddit and look at hot women images at every opportunity. You start spending money on quick fixes for women you'll never meet to get that high, the dopamine for masturbation, and you would do it as often as you could if your body would let you. I, myself, am struggling with it, and it's like an invisible desire to just get yourself off. You don't know when, but it's there, and it gnaws at you mentally. When it doesn't bring joy anymore, when you feel disgusted with yourself. Porn ruins my brain. It ruins the way I see women. There is no beauty in porn. Sex is supposed to be a behind closed doors type of activity, and true love should at least be involved. At first, you'll watch a random video and finish up, but as time goes, you'll spend more than 30 minutes searching for a vid just to beat, and then you'll stop getting hard at your comfort vid, so you'll start watching diff sorts of shit than normal stuff. I knew I was crossing the line, so I put an end to it. Been a week since I jerked off and went strong. Don't become the guy who becomes so addicted you can't even be with a girl IRL. When I broke up with my ex, I realized I couldn't remember the last time we kissed. It for sure had been more than a year since we last had sex, and 6 months before that. 13 years gone because he'd rather have 10 to 14-hour gaming sessions and jerk off all night every night. Secret emails for OnlyFans. Weird expensive sex toys. It was so bad I tried every kink under the sun. Lingerie, cosplay, asking for a threesome. I said he could have sex with other people. Anything for just an ounce of intimacy. I could come in the room naked and he would be like, "Can you move? I'm in the middle of a game." Or worse, he would say, "When I get to a save point or finish a round, I'll meet you in the bedroom," for him to forget. Sad face. My self-esteem was lower than low. I blamed me, and I still do on some level. I'm weird about mirrors and seeing myself naked. Imagine being so addicted you make your GF hate herself. I'll never be a pretty porn star. I was so open to anything sexually. I liked gaming too. I wasn't some awful nag stereotype.
Remember, being aware of the signs of watching too much porn is crucial for maintaining a balanced and healthy lifestyle. It's all about recognizing when a habit might be turning into a problem and taking steps to address it. Your well-being matters, and together, we can navigate these challenges. Take care of yourself, and subscribe for more.